His first visit to the boxing venue, getting together here prior to the Reid Duvergal bout as we check out the tail of the tape.
We take a look and we see that they are very close. Duvergal is a lefty, David Reid is a righty. That is the main difference between those two. They will be on the inside banging away, I can assure you. Scoring by computerized system here in the amateur system. You must land with the white knuckle portion of the glove. Standing 8 count, 3 in a round, 4 in a match will stop the bout.
And the referee from Bulgaria, Simeon Stojadinov, fighting for the gold in the light middleweight division at 156 pounds. Duvergal, a southpaw, began boxing at the age of 11, says he'll eventually become a boxing coach. David Reid has benefited from a favorable draw surging through his 4 bouts.
He has looked very, very impressive. He's shown us 2 different styles. Early on, he was more of a slugger. In the last 2 bouts, he has boxed more. He and Duvergal have never met each other, primarily because even though Reid has a lot of international amateur experience, he was in the 147-pound weight division just this past year, moved up to 156, and it was a very profitable move for him. He's much better at this weight class, even though some people doubted it.
And Duvergal got here with 4 impressive wins, including a 28-19 slugfest. You can hear the chant for USA with a minute gone by in this opening round. Also, Duvergal, a taller version of his Cuban teammate Juan Hernandez, who, as it turns out, is 3-0 lifetime against David Reid.
Reid had Hernandez as his nemesis in the 147-pound division. The difference, though, is that Hernandez, I believe, is much quicker with his hands and also gives you much more of a lefty style. I think that Duvergal is much better for Reid because Reid can land the straight right and the lead left, which he couldn't do against Hernandez.
Just past the midway point of this first round for the gold in the light middleweight division at 156 pounds.
Duvergal doing very well on the inside there against Reid. Al Mitchell told Reid to move in and out, land his shots, and then get outside. He may have stayed too long in there with Duvergal, although David Reid has the ability to slug on the inside. Missed the right hand, Marvin. He told me yesterday, I think I can land that right hand. I believe that's one punch I can get in against Duvergal. It hasn't been effective here in round 1.
So the caution against Duvergal for a push.
Duvergal has been very quick here in round 1. His hand speed is better than I've seen it in other bouts.
And the light middleweight division has been won by a Cuban at each of the last 2 Olympics in which they have competed in 1992 and 1980. Remember, Cuba boycotted both the 84 and 88 games. We're final seconds of this first round. David Reid of Philadelphia, Alfredo Duvergal of Cuba.
NBC's coverage of the Centennial Olympic Games is brought to you by BMW, official international automobile sponsor of the 19th.
Now with our exclusive brake-resistant security glass.
Tonight, the world's athletes will be gathering for a final farewell at the closing ceremony with Stevie Wonder, Little Richard, Gloria Estefan among the musical entertainment. The evening coverage tonight begins promptly 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific with the gold medal game in women's basketball. The USA women's dream team going up against Brazil, and then on to Olympic Stadium for what promises to be a special conclusion to these Olympic Games. We are on to round 2. David Reid claims he does not feel the pressure, although like Oscar de la Hoya back in '92, he is the only United States boxer in the finals.
An edge for Duvergal, as it should be in the first round. He was very effective on the inside against against Reid and continues early in this round to be that way. Reid has had a hard time getting away from the counter punches of Duvergal. That's a little bit of a surprise to me.
That right hand sent Reid stumbling. U.S. coach Al Mitchell has been harping on the point that the first round is so important. United States boxers right throughout the Olympics getting off to slow starts.
And Reid has been an exception to that rule, but here finds himself at least a little bit behind. You know, he has faced a southpaw in this tournament, Pavel Polakovic.
Oh, a strong left hand, and it leads to a standing 8. Duvergal connecting with the left hand. Remember, 3 standing 8s and or a knockdown in one round, 4 for the bout, and the bout is stopped.
It's interesting, as I was pointing out, that he faced another lefty who gave him a little bit of trouble. Duvergal lands the straight left, which of course is the punch from a left-hander that is difficult for a right-hander to deal with. Reid is not cutting off the ring. He is following Duvergal around and putting himself in position to get hit with yet another counterpunch. David Reid has been so effective in this tournament, in these Olympics. This is the first moment that we've actually seen him a little bit befuddled and not able to deal with the style of the opponent in front of him.
And this crowd of 9,300 here at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum trying to get Reid going. Coming up on 1 minute left in the second round. Another good left from Duvergal.
David Reid is underusing the left hook and is not getting on the inside, and that's the reason why he's doing poorly in this bout. It is quite apparent now he cannot box Duvergal from the outside. They thought he might be able to. He's going to have to get right inside and rip those hooks to Duvergal if he has any hope of winning.
And again, Duvergal effective. He has been scoring with the left hand.
His last effort, Duvergal's last effort, was not a good one. In his semifinal match, he was taken to the limit, had a very, very tough time winning, and some thought that made him suspect for this match. This is the best effort Duvergal has given in the Olympics, period.
Showing confidence, has the hands down. He's able to move in and out. As David Reid has had difficulty solving the style of the southpaw, Alfredo Duvergal.
You know, Reid is a power puncher, and he's going to need that because he might need to knock out Duvergal to win, or certainly may need to create some standing 8 counts and hurt him.
Caution against Duvergal for actually made contact with the wrist. As this second round concludes.
The full 75.
The NFL is back on NBC next Saturday on NBC. This broadcast is presented by authority of NBC and the International Olympic Committee and may not be reproduced or...
What are you saying, Dave? You are down by 10 points.
And you got to stay on him.
You got to make it a rumble, Dave, and punch hard.
When you're pulling out, that's every score you got when you pull out.
Well, David Reid has to dig himself out of a big hole, and this is why. The straight left hand of Duvergal has been an excellent weapon. That one created a standing 8 count, and it created a terrific second round for Duvergal.
And now coach Al Mitchell told Reid, forget about boxing. In effect, he needs a stoppage. There's no way. He's down by the considerable margin. He was actually shut out on points in the second round, 8-zip. He's down 15-5, and Reid trying to move on to the attack.
And Al Mitchell told him, you have to throw the overhand right in there. It is! There it is!
Duvergal is hurt. David Reid connecting. It's all over. David Reid has stopped Alfredo Duvergal, trailing badly, down 15-5 in the third round. In dramatic fashion, he has won the gold.
That man, Al Mitchell, the coach, has the disappointment etched on Duvergal's face. But for David
7-5, and Reid came out looking for the knockdown, and he did just that in a stunner. And this is the only gold medal bout of these games decided by a stoppage. What a moment for David Reid and the coaching staff. Al Mitchell remembers David Reid walking into his North Philadelphia Recreation Center 11 years ago. Reid only 10 years old at the time.
Your winner from the red corner.
Le vainqueur dans le coin rouge.
From the USA.
Des États-Unis d'Amérique.
David Reid.
The crowd here at the Alexander Memorial Coliseum responding to the lone gold medal winner for the United States, David Reid. There was the possibility that the U.S. could have been shut out of a gold in boxing, not since the 48 games in London had that occurred. And here is another look at the big punch from Reid. Now let's go over to Beasley Reese.
David, that was the most dramatic moment of this tournament. I want you to look at the monitor and talk to me about the knockout.
Well, before the coach told me to meet him when he throw his left hand. So that's what I done.
When you saw him going down, David, what went through your mind? The crowd exploded here.
I saw that I looked back and I saw that he couldn't get back up. So I was excited, man. I was very excited, you know. This is the championship.
Everyone in this building was excited. You were down 15-5. There was no other conclusion. You had to knock him out.
Well, that's what the coach told me to do, and he gave me the right key to do that.
All right, your coach joins me now, Al Mitchell. Al, what did you say entering that third round? He had to knock him out, obviously.
First place, we watched the tapes, and I told him he can't pull out. And he was trying to pull out and then throw punches, and he was getting killed. So I told him, I said, hey, you can't win. The only way you can win is meet him with the right hand, go for the knockout. Meet him. And he timed it perfect and meet him. Because he kept leaping in, and we knew he was going to leap in. But what happened was, Dave, the earlier rounds was leaping out. And that's why he couldn't get it. But he stayed in there. I said, you got to go for it.
Coach, great job. David, what does this mean to you?
Oh, man. I finally fulfilled my dreams now. I look at myself, another Roy Jones, Ali. Oh, man.